Sometimes we do lawn applications and it's hard to know, did that actually do anything to the lawn? Well, that's not going to be the case today. We're going to see on this video if the lawn application I made is going to work or not, because I'm going to put it to a fairly extreme test. So what I'm doing today, we're putting out a pre-emergent herbicide. Well, I've actually already done that. Okay, so I've already sprayed what's called specticle flow, which is something we use a lot of times on our warm season lawns. There's other products out there you might use, like prodiamine is a commonly used one, but I've used specticle flow on part of my own lawn. Okay, you say, well, why'd you do part? Well, I had a little bit in the tank and I just sprayed out on part. I'm gonna show you exactly what I did. And I'm gonna tell you exactly how much I put out. Well, to put this to the extreme test to see if it actually worked or not, what I'm gonna do is I've got some perennial ryegrass, a small amount of that, and I'm gonna put it out on the part that I sprayed and the part that I didn't spray. I'm gonna show it to you on video, okay? We're gonna spread thick perennial ryegrass on untreated turf and on treated turf, and we're gonna go and we're gonna see how much of the perennial ryegrass does this specticle flow application keep from germinating. And we should get results pretty quick because it doesn't take a whole lot of time for perennial ryegrass to start growing once you put it down and water it in. Let's get started right now. Now today's video is sponsored by Graham Spray Equipment. You see my 400-gallon rig on the back of my truck. This came from Graham Spray Equipment in Douglasville, Georgia. If you need a spray rig for your business, go to grahamse.com or give those guys a call. Here's how the test is gonna go. This part of my lawn, you can see here, we got this driveway. To the left, this driveway. This all was done with a specticle application, okay? So I wanna run through the middle of this and put down a stripe of the perennial ryegrass, and I want to see how much of it germinates. This area out here did not receive the specticle application, so I want to put a stripe down through here, or maybe even more than a stripe, and I want to see how much of this germinates in compared to what the specticle was applied. Now, to give you a little bit more details, I did a dual defense application. I used specticle flow at 3.5 ounces per acre, and then I also put in 2.5 ounces of Celsius, and that's all I did. So 3.5 ounces is a very low rate of the specticle, but I did this probably, I'm gonna say 3 to 4 weeks ago. It's been watered in, should be good. So I'll be curious to see what kind of results we get as well. Those two products I applied, specticle at 3.5 ounces per acre, Celsius 2.5 ounces per acre. Now I am coming back with a second application on the lawns I take care of with another 3.5 ounces of specticle, as well as 32 ounces of simazine. But this particular grass that I'm going to be spreading the seed on right now has only had the first application. So it's just the specticle. The Celsius I don't think is going to be very effective on this application. It's primarily testing basically what, well, 3.5 ounces of specticle, how well will it work on stopping this heavy application of ryegrass from germinating on the lawn. All right, I got my machine back there. I've got the grass seed in it. There's no funny business here. You're gonna be able to see the grass seed coming out on the actual grass. Also, if you got rain in the forecast tomorrow, the next day, I think one day off, then some more rain. So I think we're gonna get water. I'm not planning to do any supplemental watering. I think we're gonna get enough rain to get a germination, and we're gonna use the same grass seed. We've got our variable plots here. Maybe the variable is the specticle. I'm not much of a scientist. Anyway, let's get started. I'm gonna throw the grass seed out. We'll move the camera over there. Again, this is the treated plot that I'm standing on right now. It's had the 3.5 ounces of specticle. Let me spread the seed. Okay, throw that out. I'm not necessarily expecting 100% control, like not a single blade of grass to germinate. I just simply want to see the difference. How well does it work? Are we going to get 98%? I mean, we're not, in my own lawn care business, like I'm not relying on 3.5 ounces to stop all weeds for all time. You know, I'm coming back with a separate application. So I'm just wanting to see how well it works. Let's go over here to the untreated part. Got a little bit more grass seed. I might actually try to make like a halfway decent green square that I don't know what I'll do with that later. I'll probably spray it out and kill it, but I'm gonna try to use what I got wisely, and we'll see what kind of germination we get there. I'm not gonna adjust the hopper. It's on the same setting, so I should be putting out the same rate, even though I'm gonna do a larger area over here. All right, I got the application done. I think we'll see green grass within a week. Now, let me just say, I would have put a heavier application down if I was actually overseeding my lawn, trying to make it look great. Put a decent application down, but not as heavy as I would do if I was overseeding. But plenty of grass seed went down for the results of this experiment to be valid. So we're gonna see what happens. I can already foresee maybe a future video on testing out several products to see which one will kill the ryegrass out of the Bermuda grass, which one's gonna work best to eliminate the ryegrass if we wanted to do that. So anyway, I'm curious to see this results for myself. How well will 3.5 ounces of specticle work on keeping this ryegrass from germinating? That's gonna help us have some understanding of how effective it would be about keeping other cool season weeds to germinate. Again, we don't just rely on 3.5 ounces of specticle. There's other strategies, other things we're doing, but that is one thing we're gonna do, and we're gonna see how effective it is on this video, so we'll check back soon. All right, it's been a few weeks since we did the grass seed application. We're gonna go check and see how it looks comparing where the specticle was applied, how much of the grass seed germinated, where it wasn't applied, how much of it germinated, and then just give you some final thoughts. Actually, we'll start where it wasn't applied first, and we'll show you what the grass seed looks like. All right, so here's the area, and it hasn't, fully matured yet, and I didn't put it out at a super high rate, to be honest with you. But just to show you what we're looking at, you get in here with this grass, you can see we've been down in the 20s. You can see the dormant Bermuda grass, the brown, and then you see all these little green shoots of ryegrass. So you can just see ryegrass, ryegrass, ryegrass. And it's not gonna look great, to be honest with you, because it's so thin. But no doubt, we got some pretty good germination in this area. Maybe one of my better areas over here, as far as the ryegrass grows. Grows. Guess it could go either way. I had to go back and watch the original clip to see exactly where I went on that one pass I made on the part that had already been treated with specticle. And then the video, you can go back and rewind this video if you need to, but basically started in front of this tree. So let me go stand in front of this tree. And the camera was sitting out that way, and I made a straight pass through here. So what I want to do, I want to walk this area, and I want to see, can I find any shoots of ryegrass? And so that's what we're going to do. Now, the one thing that you don't need to be confused about is this. This is not ryegrass, that's wild garlic. So let's see here, and I'm not saying there won't be any. I just want to take a look and see if we can see, because I just made one pass through here. And even though it wasn't a great stand of ryegrass over there, it was pretty obvious that there was ryegrass. So again, just to the naked eye, walking through here, let me get down here closer, maybe y'all see something I don't see. But to this point, I don't see a single blade of ryegrass. Don't mean there's not gonna be one. It just, at the moment, I don't see one. Now, one point of the video, which is not the main point, is that, yeah, of course, if you're gonna overseed your Bermuda grass with ryegrass, don't spray specticle before you do it. Not a good idea. You're not gonna be happy with results. I had a customer do that one time. They didn't tell me they were gonna do it, and I had already did the fall application with specticle. Then they overseeded the front and backyard. The backyard came in nice and thick because I don't spray his backyard. Front yard, he had a few little patches of ryegrass that looked terrible. And I said, hey, next year, if you're gonna do that, you have to let me know so I don't spray the pre-emergent before you overseed. But the point is to show you the effectiveness of the application. Again, this was just one application of 3.5 ounces of specticle with the Celsius is what I did before this. Just think of weeds. If there's all these seeds that are from weeds dropping on the lawn, specticle able to control these weeds so you never see them. So based on what we're seeing here with the ryegrass, it did a really, really good job of doing so. Now again, not saying it's going to control every weed. There's still going to be weeds. There might be perennial weeds. There might be some annual weeds. You can't spray pre-emergent just all the time. So I mean, there are weeds, and that's why we're going to use different post-emergence products to be able to knock those out. But I hope this was a pretty convincing test for you. Show you the results on video, which I think is the best way to see it. If you want to get into weed control and fertilization like me, you can go to lawncarelife.com. There's a lot of resources over there, including the Weed Control and Fertilization Academy. That's for those who want to start a weed control and fertilization business with warm season grasses. There's also an ongoing mentoring program that we've been doing for a while over there that you can check out. Pricing charts and other things to help you. Thanks for watching the video. We'll see you guys in the next one.